Welcome back to another Sunday prep day. Today is going to be a busy day. I'm going to chop my veggies, but I'm also going to make some chili con carne. I'm going to make some roasted salsa. I'm going to make some hummus. What else am I going to make? Oh, and some curry paste. So I'll just start by putting everything in for the roasted salsa. So I have a whole head of garlic, so I'm just going to wrap that in some... Actually, before I forget, I'm going to cut it in half that way. And then I will put it in some foil, because that will make it a lot easier to take the cloves out later on. So I'll add some oil to my Ninja Foodi. And in goes the garlic. And here I have some of these small onions I'll put in. And then I have some chilies. I'll add these in just whole. And some peppers, just using some red bell peppers. Those can go in. And I have a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes that I'm gonna throw in. And I'm just gonna make a big batch, so I'll use some next week as well, because it will store in the fridge for at least a week. So, yeah. Peppers, chilies, tomatoes, garlic, onion, yeah. Have everything in, a little bit more oil on top. And I'm just going to roast those using grill function. It's going to take 20 to 30 minutes. I'm going to do 20 minutes first, and then have a little check, because you want the skin to blacken on the pepper so you can peel them. So after 20 minutes, I'm going to have a look, and I'll probably toss everything around. And then, yeah. That should be ready to go. So, let's start by cutting up some onions. So this white or yellow onion is for the chili. So for lunch today, I'm gonna have some sandwiches as usual on Sunday, because that's the only time I eat bread. All other lunches are low carb, keto friendly. Then for dinner, I'm gonna have some of this chili with some lime cilantro rice. And on Monday, I do meatless Mondays. So I'm gonna make my own hummus. I'll have that with some crudités and all the colors of the rainbow. Well, not blue, but I have some purple carrots as well, so it'll be nice and colorful. So for the curry paste, I'm just gonna roughly cut this onion, and I'll actually take this food processor bowl and I'll put it straight in there. And while I'm at it, I'll put in a few cloves of garlic. I already peeled these so they can go in whole. Let's move that out of the way again. Then for dinner on Meatless Monday, I'm going to have some vegan curry. That's why I'm making the curry paste, but I'm making a big batch of curry paste that will last me more than a week in the fridge, so I'll use some next week for curry as well, but probably not a vegan one. So then on Tuesday for lunch, I'm gonna have some chicken breasts with some probably some broccoli, because I still have that in the fridge, so time to use that up. And then for dinner, Taco Tuesday, so I'm gonna do some tacos or wraps with chicken and that roasted salsa and I don't have salad, but I have a bunch of like pea shoots and garlic shoots, so I'll use those as like a salad, and then the roasted salsa on top. So then we're on Wednesday. For lunch, I'll have some chili left over, and I'll just use that with some low carb or zero carb rice, which is not actually rice. It's made from something else, but it looks like rice. And then for dinner, I'm gonna have some risotto, and that's why I am cutting these onions fine, among other reasons. I don't know what I'm gonna serve it with yet. I still have some pork in the freezer. I have a bunch of chicken in the freezer. We'll just figure that out come Wednesday. Then for Thursday, I'm gonna do a low carb stir fry with some chicken and a bunch of veggies. Because the low carb rice I'm using on Wednesday, it's a big pack, so I'll probably have some of that left over. And if I do use all of that with my chili, I can just use some broccoli stems to make some broccoli rice. I still have that in the fridge. Then for dinner, some noodles with some chicken. I'm really in the mood for that. And then on Friday, for lunch, I'm just going to do some salmon with some, probably some green beans, though I might swap things around and do the green beans on Tuesday with the chicken and the broccoli on Friday. We'll just figure that out when we get there. That's the nice thing about prepping ingredients. I can still change things around easily. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do some fish tacos because I still have a bit of pollock in the freezer, and I'll probably do like you know what, actually I think on Tuesday I'm not gonna do the roasted salsa. I'm gonna do a fresh salsa, like a pico de gallo style thing, but I never use tomatoes. I use peppers because I don't like raw tomatoes that much. So I'll probably do that on Tuesday, and then I'll use the roasted salsa for my fish tacos. I think I'll do that. But yeah, so I'm just cutting up a few more cloves of garlic, and yeah, so the yellow onion is for the chili, and the red onions are for the stir fries, and for the fresh salsa, and for the risotto. And the garlic is pretty much for the same things. And the chili, the salsas. So let's put that away. Next up, some lemongrass. I'm just gonna cut the tip off, and I'm just gonna cut it into slightly smaller pieces just so it fits in the food processor. I'm not gonna worry about cutting it too fine. So that can go in with the onions and the garlic. And then I also have some of these green chilies. I'm just gonna take the end off and cut it in half so it fits easier. You can use any chili. I'm just using green here, just for the color, basically. Yeah, I'll do 3, and the rest I'll just cut for my stir fries and that kind of stuff. So just leave the seeds in because they're not spicy that much, so. Let's quickly work through that. Okay, that is chilies done. Then I have some peppers, different ones. I have all of them, yep. So I'm gonna cut some of them into sticks for my crudités. So that is about the size that fits in my lunchbox. So I'll cut that into little strips. And I'll do the same for the other half. Okay. And the rest I'll just cut a bit finer for the stir fries and for the fresh salsa. So I'll just cut those into cubes. And I will just repeat the process for the green pepper. And the other red pepper I'll just cut into smaller pieces, the whole thing. And then this yellow pepper, I'm going to do essentially the same thing. I'm just going to attack it slightly different because of the shape. But cut it in half, clean it out. And then this I will cut into some sticks. The rest I'll just cut finer for the stir fries and the salsas. Okay, that is peppers done. Then for the risotto, I also need some celery. So I have 2 ribs. I'll just cut the ends off. Then I'll cut it lengthwise. And I'll cut it nice and fine across. I could use some celery sticks for my hummus as well, but I already have enough green with cucumbers and the green peppers. So. Next up, some cucumber. Again, I'm gonna do some of it as sticks. This is about the right size. I'll cut out the most of the middle part and I'll just snack on that. And the other parts I'll just cut into some stick shapes. And I'll do that with this cucumber as well. So cut around the core. Cut these into sticks. And then cut around the core on this side. And then the rest I'll just cut into small pieces for my salsa. Okay, and that is a cucumber done. Next, some carrots. So some are gonna go in my crudités. This one I'll just leave whole. This one is pretty small, so I'll just cut that in half. And this one, I'm not gonna peel them, by the way. The skin is really thin, so it doesn't bother me. So this one, I'll take the tip off. And this is slightly bigger, so we'll do that in quarters. Okay, that should be enough for some crudités. And then I have 2 more carrots, so I'm just gonna cut up for my stir fries. Just little medallions. And then I have this purple one. Cut the end off. Again, roughly the same size for the sticks. And cut them into little sticks. And this little bit I'll just cut into little medallions too. Next up, some broccoli. Like I said, I'm gonna have broccoli either Tuesday or Friday. So, I thought I had a paring knife here, but I'll just use the big knife. This I'll save for some broccoli rice or something like that. I'll just click off the little florets. The bigger ones I'm just gonna cut in half, so they're roughly bite size. And that should be enough for one portion. Then here I have some green beans, which I'll just top and tail, but I'm not gonna make you sit through all of that, so back in a moment. Actually, not back in a moment, because my Ninja Foodi is saying it's ready. But if you look at the peppers, they're starting to blister, so it needs a little bit longer. So I'm just gonna stir everything around and do that for another 10 minutes. But yeah, I'll just keep working on the green beans, so back in a sec. And in the meantime, I also peeled some fresh turmeric, so I'm gonna put that in, and some fresh ginger, so I'll put that in as well. And then here I have some cilantro, so that's gonna go, well, the stems are gonna go in the curry paste. And the rest I'll just cut nice and fine. That's gonna go in my lime cilantro rice, in my salsa, the roasted salsa and the fresh salsa as well. So I'll just quickly get that nice and fine. Okay, that's the cilantro done, and in the meantime, my Ninja Foodi was ready as well, so we'll just have a little look. And as you can see, the skin is nice and blackened, so I'm just gonna let that cool down so I can start peeling it, because it's way too hot now to do that. So while that cools down, I'm gonna quickly clean up a bit, and then we'll make the curry paste and hummus and things like that. So be right back. All right, let's make the curry paste. So just a recap, in here I have some cilantro stems, fresh turmeric, fresh ginger, a bunch of green chilies, some onions, and some garlic. So I am just going to quickly blitz that up. Okay, that is nice and fine, so I'll just transfer that to a glass container in a moment, because fresh turmeric stains really bad, so I don't want to leave it in plastic for that long for storage. So, but while that was doing its thing, I quickly squeezed some limes for the lime cilantro rice, for the roasted salsa, and for the hummus. So, yeah, I'll put this in a different container and then we'll be back to make the hummus. All right, that's ready to go in the fridge, and that will last for at least a week or two. So, in the meantime, I'm preheating my Ninja Foodi. Add in a bit of oil. And let that come up to temperature. Oh, I actually have two Ninja Foodis. So this is the pot with the roasted salsa stuff, and this is a brand new one. So I'll just add some beef and a bit of salt. And let's just get some color on that. And then for the hummus, I took half a can of chickpeas. The other half I'm saving for my curry for tomorrow. I'll add a bit of tahini, a little bit of lime juice, some salt, a little bit of fresh garlic, about 1 clove's worth, and some cumin. And you know what, because I like a bit of spice, I'll add some cayenne as well. And then we're just gonna blitz this up. Get all the paste. Needs a little bit more salt. Lime is just right. Probably a bit more cumin as well. So, quickly blitz that in. And a quick taste. Yeah, that's just right. So I'll put that aside, and we'll continue working on the chili. So the meat has gotten a bit of color on it, so I'll add some garlic and my yellow onions. And I'll just saute that for a bit longer. And now that has softened, we'll add a bit of tomato puree. And you know what? I actually like a bit of peppers in my chili as well. So I'll just add some of those. And of course, some chili. So I'll do a couple of handfuls. And now that has all softened, I'll add some diced tomatoes. And I'll add a bit of water, and I'll just use that water to rinse this out. I'll add a beef stock cube and some cumin. And as I always say, you can totally use a slow cooker, but I have a pressure cooker. That makes everything a lot faster, especially when you're also trying to film and edit on the same day. So, lid on, valve closed, high pressure, depending on the size, the chunks of the beef in there, because I'm using chunks, not ground beef. I'm doing 40 minutes, so while that's doing its thing, I can have a little feel. Yeah, I think this is all cool enough to handle now. So I'm going to quickly peel the peppers and the chilies, take the core and the seeds out, and I'll just dump it all in this container. So also make sure that you get all the juices in there as well. So I'll just keep doing this for all the chilies and the peppers that I put in, because as you can see, the skin comes off really easily now. And dump that in with the tomatoes and the onions and such. And then when you get the tomatoes and the onions out, make sure you get all the juice as well. So I added the garlic too, I just squeezed that out, that's why I cut it in half. Then we'll add a bunch of cilantro, a little bit of lime juice, about 1 lime's worth, some cumin, and some salt. And we will just quickly blitz that up. And I'll just give that a quick little taste. Yeah, that doesn't need anything else. So I'll just, now that I finished cooling down, transfer that to another container as well to store in the fridge. We still have quite some time left on the pressure cooker, so I'll see you back in a bit. And that's the chili done. I'll just have some tonight and some later in the week. So yeah, but that's all the prep work done for this week. So yeah, if you like this, I do this every week, and actually starting today, I'm also filming a video again of everything I eat in a day, so I'll do that for the whole week. So expect that to come out probably Friday. So, but yeah, if you like this, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Until next time, bye for now.